guys, so today me and Miriam are doing the Try Not to Get Freaked Out challenge.
Okay.
We're basically watching a collection of scary ghost stories.
Okay.
Set in a
And
hotel.
we're going to turn out the lights.
And we're turning out the lights and we're going to only use a flashlight so it gives it more
Oh,
atmosphere.
you blinded!
We have never done this before. I get freaked out quite easily. Like whenever I watch these at home I always have to put music on.
Okay.
So that the atmosphere is less tense.
Okay. Yeah, let's turn out the lights now.
Ooh.
Hello.
Hi.
Alright, let's put the video on now. Woo, okay.
But how are we gonna...
Okay. My code is that.
Where should we, like, because we need to be able to see the screen.
Just here. Let's...
Oh my god.
What? I can't see it. Let's just put the name of the video in the description.
You turn it up a little bit.
It's just so they can...
This happened in the summer, and I believe I was about 12 at the time. I was staying in a hotel in a fairly large city with my mom and my younger brother. We were visiting other extended family, but chose not to stay in their house. A decent amount, so I was usually told to keep an eye on him.
Dad,
Listen to the story.
Just that while she checked us in and received our room card. So, my brother and I sat down on a couch in the lobby and relaxed a little bit.
Wait, show me your
While
face.
we were sitting, a man in about his
No, I was just
mid-40s
squat
walked
down
into
so
the
I could
hotel.
see your face.
The couch was facing
Squat
the
down a
hotel
bit because
doors,
your face
so
isn't
I
in
got a good
shot.
look at him.
oh my god, do not scare me like that again.
Okay.
Describing his face could generate several different images.
Do you trust me?
The guy comes in and sits on the couch opposite
Not really.
ours. I didn't think anything
Okay,
of it
this
until
video is
I
more on
realized
us
that he didn't go
rather
up to the
than
counter
that.
first. He just came in and sat down. It made me feel a little uncomfortable.
What's
Maybe I was
happening?
being a bit paranoid, but I thought he might have followed us in. Thankfully, my mom called us over and told us that our room was ready. We left the lobby and went to our room. Shortly afterwards, we left the hotel to go meet family. I forgot about the man for the rest of the day. We returned at about 7.
Oh, it's a
and my mom
Holiday
told us
Inn
that we could go
as
swimming
well.
in the hotel pool.
Is it Holiday Inn Express?
They might just have used that photo.
Changed and went to the pool.
Yeah, I guess.
A few minutes after we got into the water, the same man from before walked in and sat down. He was wearing jeans and a sweater, so he definitely wasn't going swimming.
It's not about a creepy paedophile, is it?
Until I could see that my mom was visibly worried. She pointed him out to me, and she said that if he didn't leave within 5 minutes, we needed to go back to our rooms.
He's a paedophile.
5 minutes passed and he was still there, so we got our things and left. By then, it was close to 8 o'clock. We had brought a rented movie to watch, so we planned to watch that and go straight to bed. I noticed that my mom was a little on edge because of the man who had been watching us, and I got a little more worried myself, too. Halfway through the movie, my mom got up to get into the shower. While she was in there, someone knocked on the door and said,
Oh my god.
I thought it was weird that the cleaning staff would come this late, but we needed another towel, so I answered the door. I wish I hadn't been so stupid. It was the same creepy man.
Don't do that!
I just stood there, kind of motionless. My mind automatically went to the worst possible torture, etc. I heard the water in the shower turn off.
Oh my
He
god.
stood there as well for a moment, and then he spoke. How was your swim? At that moment, my mom came out of the shower, saw the man at the door, pulled me back, and slammed the door. She locked it. Then she called the front desk from our hotel phone to report the guy.
Oh my
I told her to
god.
just call the police, but she didn't listen. She then requested we switch rooms. I then heard footsteps stomping down the hallway away from our room. Thankfully, the guy had left. After that, we switched hotel rooms.
Don't.
Didn't see the guy again during our stay.
Dum dum dum.
Is this the end?
Have you ever gotten an uneasy
Oh my
feeling
god,
staying in a
story
hotel
2.
room, especially by yourself? was a kid, I always got scared sleeping in hotel rooms. I would always keep looking back at the dark corners of the room every 20 seconds, thinking there would be somebody standing there.
Oh my god.
My fear not only
Tom was
drove me
once
crazy,
scared that
it drove
Darth
my
Vader was in the
parents
toilet.
crazy. It says that I would sleep between them until I was around 9 or 10 years old. Anyway, eventually I had to grow up, or at least give off the impression, and started sleeping in my own bed or sharing the bed with my sister.
Okay.
Now I'm 24 years old, living on my own, and I have to take a lot of business-related trips for my job. On one particular out-of-town trip, I was staying at a Comfort Inn in North Carolina, with all the expenses paid by my job, of course. I was in the area for a meeting with an office in a different town, and the inn was my home for the night. It was across the street from some big car dealership. That's
Do
all
you
I
want to film
remember
another
about
one
the
after this?
surroundings.
I know.
Anyway, I was off the next
Yeah,
day, so I could
after we
look
put
forward
that
to
on
just
YouTube.
relaxing in the hotel and watching a couple movies. I was ironically watching the first Saw movie, and I swear, during the scene where Adam was hearing sounds in his apartment, my childhood paranoia started to come back for a bit, as I thought I heard little crowds.
It's so funny.
Being 24, I told myself that I had to get over this nonsensical childish fear. I simply raised the volume on the movie and tried to ignore it. At the same time, I popped 2 sleeping pills into my mouth so that I'd be wiped out by the time the movie was over. Eventually, I flipped off the TV and rolled over onto my side to finally get some
Oh
shut-eye.
my god.
That was when the crackling noises became apparent again.
Oh my god.
This is kind of creepy, actually.
It wasn't constant or anything. It was just like
Oh
once every
my
minute or so
gosh.
I'd hear this crackling type noise that I just can't describe coming from the closet. It wasn't happening too frequently to really bother me, and the sleeping pills were knocking me out at that point, so I was out within like 10 minutes. The next thing I remember, I woke to the sound of cloth being rustled around.
Oh my gosh.
I sprang to an upright position, but it was literally too dark to even see within a few feet in front of me. After I flipped on the bedside light,
Don't do that!
dressed in all black with a hood over his head, probably 6'5", 250
Oh my
pounds,
God.
rummaging through my bag. I screamed at the top of my lungs, and in response, he fled the room. He had stolen my wallet and my watch. Deeper into a very large childhood fear. I've never heard a story about anything like this on the news or anything.
my
So for something
God.
like this to happen to a person like me, somebody who had such an odd, specific fear as a child, was simply catastrophic to me.
Oh my god. Is there gonna be a jump scare or something in this? Seems like it. Oh, it's story 3.
When I was 17, I started to develop some beef with my dad, who's a huge hothead. Tensions would grow worse through the years, and it got to the point that I would commonly have to leave for the night after getting into huge fights with my dad about personal things that I won't talk about. Sometimes I would stay at a friend's house or check into a hotel. It was May 9th,
That was
2015.
just me.
I was 21 years old,
put
and
your arm
after
on my back
another
and-
huge scene
No.
back and forth with my dad,
Why
would
had
I
to get
do
out of there for
that?
my own good. I checked into a nearby hotel. The quality
You don't
Inn
have to
in
show
Sweets.
them the
It was
screen.
literally half a mile from my house. I'd be throwing away a little
Don't
less than
touch me.
$100 for it, but I had nowhere else to go. It was early this time around. Usually these outbursts happen around nighttime. It was like 4 o'clock, so I decided to just hang out by the outdoor pool and clear my head. It was funny, I was the only one around in this hotel. The pool was empty, the hallways were empty, even the lobby was empty, except for, of course, the desk worker. Then again, it was only May, and it wasn't like we lived in some huge vacation destination of a town. My room was in the middle of the hall on the second
Oh my
floor.
God.
I had
Oh
no
my
idea why they'd given me that room, since it seemed like I was one of the only few people staying in the hotel. I hung out in my room after the pool for a bit. That's when there was a very light tapping on the door. I waited for someone to yell housekeeping, but they never did. Therefore, I ignored it. And to my
Okay.
surprise, even though I had the Do Not Disturb sign on the door handle, I heard the beep of the lock on the door, and then I heard the door slowly opening. I called out, no thank you, not right now. I couldn't see the employee at the door because there was a wall that blocked the view of the door from the bed. There was a pause, and I repeated myself,
This is
growing a bit
scary.
curious. Suddenly, the door slammed shut. It actually startled me. I got up to actually go follow them and tell them that that was rude.
Whee.
When I stepped into the hall, I looked to my right. Nobody. I looked to my left. Turning around the corner further down the hall before disappearing. How did she get there so fast? I wondered. I ran down to the hall. That's when I heard another door closing.
This is just paranormal.
Nobody. Just maybe 20 closed, unoccupied hotel doors.
Okay.
I was so confused and honestly a bit freaked out. I went down to the front desk to complain about the rude employee. The woman at the counter said that must be Rosa. She said she would question her about slamming the door later on. I thanked the woman and then went out to eat at the nearby
I don't know
TGI
what's happening
Fridays
in
down
this
the road.
story, to be
This
honest.
is really weird.
When I got back to the room, I was on the phone.
I wasn't
talking to
really
my
paying
mom, who
attention
said
to the
that I
story,
shouldn't
so
come
I
back
don't know
because
what's
my dad was
happening.
still super pissed. I entered my room and told her how depressed I was with all this fighting bullshit, and she understood. When I hung up, it was only 8 o'clock. I wanted the night to be over. I brushed my teeth, watched a little TV, and went to sleep at around 9 o'clock. I awoke to a noise. At first, I didn't know what it was. I rubbed my eyes, sat up, and listened. You have to let them in. There was somebody standing at the
Don't
left edge of my
touch
bed,
me.
towering over me. I screamed and felt like throwing up at the same time.
God.
The person then grabbed around my throat and started repeating the words, "You piece of shit."
Oh.
Older woman with a weak grip. I was able to escape easily. I ran to the door.
Stop!
I heard her
Don't
following
touch
but
me.
she stopped at the door when I ran down the hall
do
to the
something to
front
me.
desk. The woman at the front desk admitted that one of the
Touch
employees
me.
had lost one of her master keys that
Don't
had access
touch
to all
me.
the rooms in the hotel. Something
Don't
they were
hug me, I'm
obligated to
scared.
report to the head of the hotel.
As they say.
I was furious. Of course,
Oh,
I
we
got a
should watch
refund,
Don't Hug
gave
Me,
some
I'm
info
Scared
to
in
the
the
cops,
Dark.
and then went home that night where my dad actually showed something close to sympathy after I explained what happened. Ever since, I've actually never had to leave the house for the night, and I hope it stays that way. Oh yeah, and I have absolutely no idea whatever became
Well,
of
should
that
we have
crazy
some
nutcase
dessert?
woman
Oh.
that tried to kill me.
So fun.
Yes. Thanks for watching.